Hello, my name is Mo, and today I present you a step-by-step guide on how to craft the worm. We need black yarn, 3 shades of red yarn, a hook of your choice, some wire, and some UV resin. We start by tying the wire to the hook shank in wide open spirals. It doesn't need to be all the way covered, just a little bit so you can fixate it at the bend of the hook. Like this. Then you grab your 3 shades of yarn, put it above each other, so you can twirl it into one big string. This gives the worm a variation of color in the end. At the bend of the hook where the wire ends, we fixate our colored yarn. After wrapping around the wire, I realized I didn't have enough, so I decided to put on some more, which turned out to be no problem at all. With some black yarn, I decided to fixate the colorful yarn a little bit better. In close touching spirals, we wrap around the colorful yarn to the front of the hook, but it must be a tight cord, so you get the segmented look of the worm. What I mean by that is, before I wrap around the next line, I twirl the strings just like this. With the leftover colorful yarn, I start forming a little lump in the middle. Now pull some yarn of your brightest red you have. Fixate it in the middle and start by filling out the body you have already created in the middle. To get rid of the fibery fuzz around all the yarn, I carefully use the lighter. Now on top of the lure, we add a thin layer of UV resin and cover the whole lure with the pointy object of your choice. I used an awl. Harden everything out under the torch, and we're done. Now the view from all angles. So, what can I say about the lure? First and foremost, the way to craft it, because you can't traditionally craft with feathers. So it really diverges in the materials you choose. But exactly this makes fly tying so interesting, because you have to work with what you have at the point when you craft the lure. What I mean to say by this is, I never planned to craft the worm in the first place. It was only when I realized I couldn't fish with real worms because it's not allowed, so I needed a solution, and I found it with these worms I craft myself. So, I'm glad you watched this video. Here is another video where I had my spontaneous debut of the worm. Link in description. Take care, and we see each other again when we do feel the itch for fish.